Good evening, everybody. My name is Alex Braun. I'm in your Women's in Rec 3202, Section 4. This is the fourth and final video blog of our women's leisure activity, where we kind of tie everything that we've done over the past couple months together. My women's leisure activity was yoga. It was much more challenging emotionally and physically than I had expected. More physical in the sense that during class you definitely work up a sweat even while not doing the hot yoga. But you know the next day and then even for a couple days later you still kind of felt sore. And then emotionally, after a hard day's or a long day's work, it was tough getting the energy up to go to class. And I would go to take classes in Moraga, living in Concord. It's a decent commute in the evening, especially after or especially during traffic hour, kind of at the end of traffic hour. But in any event, once you get there, you're kind of glad, or you're real glad that you ended up going, and especially once you start practicing, it was definitely worth the drive. The first couple times I went, I felt pretty nervous, worried that everybody was watching me, and worried that those watching me or judging me for not doing the poses right. They've been going a lot more often, and seem to be doing it a lot better. But in the long run, as you kind of keep going, there's really no signs of them really. There's no real sign that they actually feel that way, or kind of giving you any of that energy, and it's kind of all in your head. So it goes away, and the more you go to the same studio, you kind of get more comfortable with the people who are there, and makes the whole experience a lot easier and a lot more comfortable as well. But while doing the poses and the sequences, it felt really good. A lot of them are based on stretching and kind of get into a position and you hold it. And, after, like I said, a long day's of work, it really helps the body relax and really helps you feel good. Can't help but think that more people should be doing this in our society, especially if we spend so much time in cars and whatnot before and after, before in the beginning of the day and at the end of the day again. I mean, some schools do it or some schools are trying to do it for children or whatnot. But if everybody could find time, I know nobody really has time, but spend an extra 15, 20 minutes a day doing some good stretching you know, really seemed to make a difference for me at the very least. But I was surprised to see that not very many, or not that the classes weren't as female dominated. There were a lot of men coming to the classes. Some of the smaller studios, proportionally, if there were 5 or 6 people there, a good one or two of them were men. So that was pretty cool. And then especially if men traditionally aren't as flexible, something like this can definitely help them out. Helps me out get a little bit more flexible. You know, I began to make time out of the week and to ensure that I could get to some of these classes, not just because it was an assignment, but because it kind of felt like, if I didn't go the week before, or if I hadn't gone in a couple days, felt like I was missing something. But in any event, I'm still glad that I chose this leisure activity. Still plan on doing it some more, like I said, because it does make you feel better. So, but in any event, I'm glad you guys are all able to watch the video, and if you haven't done it before, I'd probably recommend doing it. So, have a good day.